There is a specific type of exhaustion when you're working late, and the only thing between you and your bed is a midnight downpour. It's a moment where the drive to get home overrides everything else. Tushar is at that breaking point. He's sprinting through rain-slicked alleys, desperate to catch the final bus of the night before it disappears into the dark. He makes it just as the doors hiss shut. He collapses into his usual corner seat by the window, letting the cool, damp air wash over him. At this level of physical drain, the boundary between being awake and falling into a deep sleep becomes porous. Tushar rests his head against the cold glass, his eyes heavy and unfocused. Exhausted by the heavy rain and endless rush, Tushar closes his eyes, hoping for a brief moment of relief. Tushar dozes for exactly 2 minutes. When he opens his eyes, the previously empty bus is suddenly packed. People are standing shoulder to shoulder in total silence. His first instinct is to rationalize the impossible. He tells himself he must have slept through a major stop where a crowd was waiting to escape the storm. He closes his eyes to shake off the confusion, but when he opens them again seconds later, the crowd is gone. The bus is empty. There were no stops, and the doors never opened. The break in logic is terrifying. The cabin occupancy toggled from 0 to 100% in an instant, even though there were no stops and the doors remained locked. The fundamental rules of time and space have ceased to function. For Tushar, the grounded reality of his commute has officially ended. The shift moves from the visual to the sensory. The sharp, acrid smell of a biddy, a traditional leaf-rolled cigarette, suddenly fills the empty cabin. An old man with a face etched in deep wrinkles is now sitting across from him. He claims he has ridden this exact midnight route every night for 30 years. The man describes a past night where a hollow-eyed figure appeared on this same bus, pointing a finger at him and whispering that he didn't belong there. Tushar dismisses the story as the ramblings of an old man, until he blinks. The stranger vanishes instantly, and his glowing beady dissolves into the air before it even hits the seat. These figures seem to be echoes of past riders. They appear trapped in their own memories, repeating the same fragments of their lives to anyone sitting nearby. The final anomaly is the most jarring. Tushar sees a man sitting a few rows ahead, calmly reading a newspaper in the pitch-black bus. When the man lowers the paper, the shadow reveals a horrific injury. His head is crushed, covered in glistening blood, his eyes completely empty. Tushar recoils, but a cold hand on his shoulder forces another reset. The man is suddenly uninjured and smiling. He offers Tushar water and a quiet warning. Weird things happen here. Don't stay. The man moves to the front of the bus. As the vehicle gains speed, he calmly walks through the open doors and throws himself into the night. Tushar hears the sickening metallic crunch of a fatal impact from the road behind them. The figure on the stairs was simply finishing a scene. He threw himself back into the same violent end he has likely suffered every night since his accident. Panic finally takes hold. When the bus slows for a stop, Tushar leaps through the doors and tumbles onto the wet pavement, desperate to put distance between himself and the vehicle. He stands in the pouring rain, watching the bus peel away. For the first time, he is seeing the vehicle from the outside. The illusion is gone. The vehicle driving away is a burnt, rusted husk, a mangled wreck that was destroyed in a horrific accident years ago. Through the jagged, broken windows, the interior is visible. Every seat is occupied by charred figures. The man with the newspaper and the old man are both there, smiling back at Tushar from the wreckage. By running for the final ride of the night, Tushar unknowingly bought a ticket for a mobile graveyard, one permanently locked in the loop of its final, violent moments.